Ale sme tu. Dneska je... Tak som myslel, že je to príliš ďaleko. Dneska je 90. Dneska je 107. Relaxačný tréningový deň. Je 6.3.2024. Začíname 20.44. A pustíme si Roba. Ideme to rozprúdiť. Dneska sú klikočeroty 90, 80, 70, 60, 50.
Česká vláda nám dnes večer oznámila, že odkladá na neurčito spoločné rokovanie českej a slovenskej vlády, ktoré sa malo konať v apríli tohto roku v Českej republike. Ako dôvod uviedla rozdielne názory českej a slovenskej vlády na vojnu na Ukrajine. Vážený pán predseda českej vlády, pán Fiala, vzťahy medzi našimi občanmi, Čechmi a Slovákmi sú jedinečné, historicky osvedčené, sú pôžičkami vzájomnej dôvery. Sú plné priateľstva, príbuzenských vzťahov a porozumenia. Slovenská vláda nebude nikdy, opakujem nikdy, vystavovať takéto hlboké slovensko-české vzťahy žiadnemu ohrozeniu. Berieme na vedomie, že česká vládna garnitúra sa ich rozhodla ohroziť len preto, lebo má záujem podporovať vojnu na Ukrajine, kým slovenská vláda otvorene hovorí o mieri. Vaše rozhodnutie neovplyvní našu suverénnu slovenskú zahraničnú politiku. Vážený pán premiér Fiala, česká vláda je na Slovensku vítaná kedykoľvek. A naše politické vzťahy nebudeme na Slovensku zaťažovať rozdielnymi pohľadmi na svet, ktoré nemajú nič spoločné so slovensko-českým spolužitím.
To sme mali. Môžem dávať Google Touch. No do hodinky. Postaviť 2000. Pledžov. To už sa nebude používať. To je to...
Zaviedol sa nám tu taký nešvar.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wasteland. Are you wasted today?
I am.
I'm not. I had to think about it though.
It's not a good sign.
In the aftermath of our previous video, where we sort of slammed Bethesda for what's coming out in Season 16, we ran a poll in Discord, and so far it seems that even though there are people on both sides of the argument of whether Season 16 will be good or bad, or whether the ticket system will be good or bad, ultimately those of us who love the game are just going to play it no matter what.
That's true. I'm actually excited about the new season starting.
So we thought that we would follow up that video by just going through the pages that we know and talking about the items that we are most excited about. Let's jump in.
One of the things that I like about the new season is that you can see all the rewards right away. I mean, granted, we don't have all the pages available to us, but once the season starts, they will be available. And everything is up on the screen for you to see. You don't have to click on the little icons to reveal the entire board. I thought the presentation is actually quite cool, even though we don't get the poster at the end.
The layout is beautiful. Whoever does their UX and their design work definitely knows their stuff.
Yeah.
Noodle and I both have a list that we made And number one on both of our lists is the Cremator.
The Cremator. For me, the Cremator is number one because I am a big flamer person.
You use the Holy Fire, right?
I use the Holy Fire. I actually only own a single weapon at this point. Every time I pick up a new weapon or I get it as a reward, I immediately scrap or sell it. I don't even store any other weapons. I am married to the Holy Fire.
Don't you have that big whacker stick that I made you?
I accidentally sold it.
Oh, that thing was cool. Okay, I'll make another one for you.
Anyway, the Holy Fire is amazing. I know a lot of you guys are also rocking the Holy Fire or other types of flamers, so I think a lot of you will be excited about this Cremator character as well.
Noodle's been trying to get me to use the Holy Fire, and my problem with it is, yes, well, it's beautiful and all that other stuff. I run a bloody build, so the vampire effect doesn't really do anything for me. And I just can't get, I was a stealth commando for a long time, so I just can't get over killing things from really far away.
I like killing them up close.
That said, the Cremator might be the flamer that gets me to convert.
We don't have all the stats on the Cremator yet, but it is already up on the Fallout Wiki, and there is some information on it. There's a new stat called the blast radius that I thought was really interesting. On the Holy Fire, we have the range, and those of us who use the Holy Fire love the range. 264 on the Holy Fire, plus the healing capability. I love that part of the
Yeah,
of
you
the
basically
weapon.
never die.
You basically never die, exactly. You're just like, pew, 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 and your health is always up and everyone's dead. It's awesome. Hopefully, this will also have those capabilities. It doesn't seem to have a crazy long range, but the blast radius of 250 is something that has me very excited.
If it has explosive capabilities, I'm a big fan of explosives. You've seen my videos where I just blow up all the cars everywhere. Explosive capability in a flamer for area damage is interesting to me. On page 5, I'm a little interested in Adelaide. Like all things, there's not a lot of information about her, but I like the idea of having an Assaultron as an ally. However, I'm not sure that she's going to be better than Steven.
You do love Steven. Steven gives you blessings.
I love Steven so much that I've named him Dorothy. And if any of you can figure out what that's a reference to, post it in the comments and you will win my adoration. Mostly what I love about Steven is that he does give an XP buff once a day, and since I'm always trying to get as much XP as I can, that's helpful. But the idea that an Assaultron might fall in love with me, who doesn't want a robot lover? Right?
Right.
See? Allies are good at defending your camp, so maybe she'll have her big head laser, and that'll be really cool as well.
She might be an awesome defense.
I'm willing to
You're
give her a
right.
shot. On page 7, I am interested in the Cryptid Skull backpack.
Oh, me too. That looks awesome.
My character is wearing the close shave outfit, and I'm currently using an Ogua backpack because it was kind of the most appropriate thing that I could find. But this looks rugged, and I'm particularly pleased that they used an actual cryptid skull instead of a Brahmin skull. If you've ever picked up a sheep squatch skull in the game and discovered that it's just a Brahmin skull, well, there you go.
Yeah, I was so excited to get a big badass sheep squanch.
Sheep squanch.
So
If any of you know what the squanch reference is from, put that in the comments, and you will also receive our adoration. To help you out, it's Sam Squanch.
Sam Squanch.
Here you see the first one of the paints for the Cremator, the Peepers paint, which I think this is Snallygaster. Snallygaster has eyes all over its body,
Yes.
so I think that's what this is a reference to.
Yes, you're right. This is probably Snallygaster paint. I like it. I think it's cool with
It is
the
cool.
eyes.
Yeah. On page 8, you have the Rip Daring Cremator paint. That looks pretty fierce as well.
I am very excited about the paint job. It seems like a small detail, but my Holy Fire doesn't have a paint job right now, and it's the only thing that I don't like about it.
And here you also have one of the mods, the Slow Burner mod. This mod, again, from what we can find, this mod looks like it will increase damage to 40 points of damage per second for 12 seconds. That's a lot of damage, but remember that during that time, the enemy can still be wailing on you, so it may or may not be good. It'll be good from far away, and it's probably really good for groups, especially if we've got whatever this blast radius effect is.
Yeah.
3 years ago on Reddit, there was a thread about whether you should be able to use purified water instead of boiled water in recipes. And of course, all the nerds tore it apart about why, it mattered for wood scraps and stuff like that. But in that thread, somebody suggested that they should make it easier for players to boil water by simply having a water boiler in your camp. Curiously, we now have a water boiler. I I cook a lot, and while it's not a big deal for me to walk over to the river and spam the button and get a bunch of water and then boil it and stuff like that, having just something in my camp that just looks nasty will be great. I build junkyard camps a lot, and this looks like something that you could totally just have on the side of a nasty ass trailer
That's true.
and and use it for your meth lab.
Totally, totally. No, the water boiling thing is tedious, and if your camp doesn't have an actual water source like a river or a lake, this thing is going to solve a lot of problems.
We have another mod on this page, the heavy mod, and from what we can find, that appears to increase sighted accuracy by 25% at a cost of increasing weight by a lot.
Oh, how much?
I was not prepared for that question.
Sorry.
It increases weight by 40%. That's a big trade-off, and I don't know anybody with a flamer who actually sights down the barrel of a flamer. Generally, y'all just kind of spam everything like a teenage boy.
Yeah. Oh, you just called me a teenage boy.
Well, no, I got the act of spamming things. Anyway, let's move on.
Ramen corpse. That is cool and weird and disturbing. I don't know what it does. I think it gives you spoiled meat, which would be excellent for Fastnacht sausage, as we learned recently. Spoiled meat is pretty easy to come by in the game. Just pick up a bunch of food and don't do anything with it and it goes spoiled. But you also don't want to carry all that stuff with you around all the time. If you could have a source of spoiled meat in your camp, I think that would be kind of neat. Like, not a game changer, but a really neat and unusual thing. Also, I have a Brahmin that gives milk. So if I can put both of them out there in the same Brahmin pan, a dead one and a living one, that looks totally badass.
Yeah, this would be great in a forest camp or any type of farm camp, showing the effect of the wasteland on the wildlife.
Yes, and any kind of a creepy horror camp as well.
Yeah, totally. Anything with corpses. And along that line, how about this autopsy table chemistry workstation?
Yes, I definitely have my eye on that.
This opens the door for me to having an immersive camp with a downstairs area that when you go into is like some creepy Dr. Frankenstein stuff.
We have a skeleton in a wheelbarrow. We have
Isn't there a tinker's bench that's a skeleton on a rack?
Yes, I have that one. So we already have really cool things with dead people, so it would fit the theme. And it's not obvious right away. Like, you have to look at it for a while, and then you see it, and it's like, oh, that's so cool.
Noodle likes dead people.
Yes.
In fact, when I first met her on the train, I was hard-pressed to get her not to kill me outright. She's like, you look delicious in pieces in my refrigerator. Okay.
I do like dead things. Wings.
The jetpack looks really cool, but I'm concerned that it's only going to be for power armor.
The power armor looks badass as well. This is another paint job for power armor. But those wings, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I suspect that I hope, I really hope that it can be applied to regular jetpacks that are not power armor as well. And I am leaning that way, not just because that's what I hope for, but because my jetpack right now is from the Cryptid Hunt. It's the Rip Daring paint. So this is also Rip Daring. So perhaps, it's the same. Maybe if I just apply this to what I'm carrying right now, it will magically give me wings.
I'm going the other direction on this, primarily because in the initial Rip Daring season, there was not a power armor jetpack.
Oh.
So maybe they're bringing back a power armor jetpack for people. And then the second thing is, imagine wearing this. Where's your backpack going to go?
Oh, crap. Do you want to place a bet? Do you want to bet $1?
Sure, I'll bet $1.
Okay, I bet $1 that it's going to be for naked people.
I bet $1 that it's going to be for power armor. And all of you can tell us in the comments or in Discord which one of us is going to win.
Yep, we'll start a poll on Discord.
Now, I don't use power armor anymore, but that Cryptid Hunter paint looks badass.
Yeah, even just getting that to put on your display, I think is worth it.
That paint looks badass. If that dude showed up at my door in the middle of the night, I would give him probably whatever he wanted, within reason. If anything unreasonable, I would give him Dorothy instead, and then I would run and hide. On this bonus rewards page, we have the chemical color mods for the cremator, which changes the color of the flame and the color of the fire to one of 4 different options.
It may seem silly, but I am unreasonably excited about that.
It also may seem expensive, but remember that you're getting all 4 colors for that price.
You have blue, green, red, and pink.
That's right.
Okay. I think it's really cool. Blue is my favorite color. Having blue flames on my flamer all the time would be awesome. Having pink flames to go with my pink outfit, also badass.
I bet we're going to see teams of 4 people all decked out in their cryptid power armor, all rocking the cremator with 4 different colors, and they're going to be like the Wastelands Power Rangers.
Yeah, we should do it. Everyone with a different color. Surprisingly excited about that one. I also noticed the road signs on this page, which are very interesting for me for immersive camps as well. One of the things that I own is the ruined highway or the damaged highway building set.
Yep.
So to go with that, have some building signs and some broken up buildings and broken up pieces of road opens up more opportunities for immersive destroyed looks for your camps.
So there you have it. Those are the things that we are most excited about within the upcoming season 16. Which of the items are you excited about? Let us know.
A žiadne chlapi. No.
Priatelia, verejný priestor sa odrazu zaplavil okuliarmi. Tak sa skúsme objektívnou optikou pozrieť na to, čo ponúka taký prezidentský kandidát Ivan Korčok. Ten, ktorý sa neustále sťažuje a vyzýva Petra Pellegriniho na účasť v predvolebných diskusiách a sťažuje sa, že on sám nedostáva pozvania do relácií. Mám ešte jednu zaujímavejšiu štatistiku. Viete, koľkokrát Ivan Korčok spomenul Petra Pellegriniho vo svojich príspevkoch na Instagrame za posledný mesiac? Bolo to viac ako 37 krát, čo je vzhľadom na počet jeho zdieľaných príspevkov viac ako 1/3.
Pán Pellegrini, Peter Pellegrini, Peter Pellegrini, pán Pellegrini, Peter Pellegrini, pána Pellegriniho, s Petrom Pellegrinim, Petra Pellegriniho, Petra Pellegriniho, Peter Pellegrini dnes, Peter Pellegrini a Peter Pellegrini, pán Pellegrini nedbá na Pellegriniho, pán Pellegrini sa dáva hlas pod vedením Petra Pellegrini hlas a Peter Pellegrini za Peter Pellegrini bude Peter Pellegrini, sandisti Petra Pellegriniho, sa Peter Pellegrini, Korčoka porazí len Pellegrini. Pellegrini má veľkú šancu zvíťaziť.
Z celkového počtu 109 príspevkov o Slovensku a jeho prezidentskej vízii ich bolo absolútne minimum. Okuliare, čokoláda, počet sledovateľov, ale aká je vízia vedenia Slovenska sa vôbec nedozrieva. Stále opakuje akési princípy protiváhy a v preklade je ale jeho jediným volebným programom anti-Pellegrini. Nič iné. Teda hlasovanie proti niečomu alebo niekomu. Ale priznám sa, to Slovensko asi ťažko niekam posunie. A preto sa naskytuje otázka, čo by takýto kandidát robil, keby sa taký Šimečka stal premiérom. Či by v takomto prípade rezignoval z pozície prezidenta. A ešte jedna štatistika. Peter Pellegrini viac ako polovicu, či by v takomto prípade rezignoval z pozície prezidenta. A ešte jedna štatistika. Peter Pellegrini viac ako polovicu svojich príspevkov venuje Slovensku, ľuďom, ktorí tu žijú a predstaveniu svojej vízie, kam by sa Slovensko pod jeho vedením malo uberať. Pokoj, dôstojnosť, Slovensko na prvom mieste a ochrana záujmov ľudí. Toto je vízia Petra Pellegrini. A presne takéhoto prezidenta Slovensko potrebuje. Prezidenta, ktorý sa nesústredí na seba, ani na svojich protikandidátov, ani na svoje okuliare, ale svoju energiu venuje práci pre ľudí na Slovensku. A ja vás chcem poprosiť, aby ste sa predtým, ako si vyberiete svojho prezidenta, zamysleli nad tým, čo naozaj ponúka pre Slovensko. A nenechali sa strhnúť aktuálnou spoločenskou náladou vytváranou médiami. Tvoríme si hlavu štátu na nasledujúcich 5 rokov a poslušného kariéristu bez programu si proste už dovoliť nemôžeme. Takých experimentov tu bolo za posledné roky už dosť.
Huh.
scoring 2 quick wins courtesy of Ryan Smith and Sean Horkoff. But in the second, Dallas would cut the lead in half with a goal from none other than Patrick Steffen. Now, the goal itself showed glimpses of why Steffen was the first overall pick for the Thrashers in 1999. At 6'2", 205, Steffen had the physical attributes that every team wanted in a franchise player. On this goal, watch him separate with speed in his own end and then create a nifty little give and go with Jussi Jokinen. The finish post and in is top-notch as well, but from start to finish, the speed, skill, and hockey IQ of Steffen was demonstrated on that goal. With that kind of size and talent, Steffen was a highly anticipated first overall pick for the Atlanta Thrashers. But with the Thrashers being brutal and Steffen being a young kid, he struggled to put up any significant numbers that was expected from a first overall pick. Combine that with an unlucky history of injuries all throughout his career, Patrick Steffen never really panned out to be the first overall superstar that was originally projected. So after spending his entire career in an Atlanta uniform, Steffen would get traded to the Stars in the offseason of 2006, and that leads us to this game right here, which, by the way, has seemingly gotten out of hand, as after Steffen's goal, Edmonton would score 2 more to make it 4-1 with 7 minutes left to go in the second. But despite losing in the Stanley Cup Finals a year prior, the Oilers just aren't the same team, and they aren't nearly as good at defending. They would allow 4 straight goals to make it 5-4 in favor of Dallas. Desperately trying to tie the game, Edmonton would pull the goalie for one last rush. As Oilers defender Marc-Andre Bergeron leads the charge, he fans on the breakout pass, and our boy Patrick Steffen is right there to steal the puck and ice this game. Except, that's not how this would go down at all.
And he'll ice it. Or at least I thought he was gonna until he blew it. That's unbelievable. Here come the Oilers the other way, and Hemsky's loose. Hemsky, he scored!
What the hell just happened? In what would seem to be a surefire goal, Steffen lets up for a second to tap it in with his backhand, and the puck just magically bounces over his stick. In an attempt to recover, he blows a tire, and the rush back leads to a goal. The mistake seen around the hockey world perfectly sums up the career of Patrick Steffen. Unlucky and disappointing. This infamous gaffe would force OT between the Oilers and Stars. And what everyone forgets is that the Stars actually won this game in a shootout, but that single empty net miss would give the Oilers an extra point to finish the season. That lone point would create a ripple effect that would impact the NHL for years to come. You see, both the Blackhawks and the Oilers finished the 2006-2007 season with 71 points, with the Oilers holding the tiebreaker. The Oilers finished 6th last and the Blackhawks finished 5th last. With an 8.1% chance of winning the draft lottery, the Blackhawks won it and received the first overall pick in the 2007 NHL entry draft. That pick turned out to be Patrick Kane. Had the Oilers not received that extra point thanks to Steffen's miss, then they would have finished 5th with 70 points and gotten Kane instead of Sam Gagner. Kane joining the Hawks would change everything for the NHL. With the duo of Jonathan Toews and Patrick Kane, the Chicago Blackhawks became powerhouses in the West and went on to win the Stanley Cup only 3 years later. That cup win would end the longest active Stanley Cup drought in the NHL of 49 years. Of course, the OT game winner was coming off the stick of none other than Patrick Kane. That goal would kickstart a modern NHL dynasty. Winning a Conn Smythe and 2 more cups in 2013 and 2015, Patrick Kane and the Blackhawks changed the standard for what a team could accomplish in the salary cap era. Sam Gagner, on the other hand, would be a serviceable player, but was just another name on the list of high-end talent that couldn't do anything meaningful in Edmonton. After missing out on Patrick Kane, the Oilers became familiar with disappointment. Following that 2007 season, they would go 10 years without making the playoffs, despite having numerous first overall picks. Fortunately, their lack of success landed them one of the most gifted hockey players to ever play the game in Connor McDavid. At the time, this brutal mistake didn't mean more than just an extra point in the regular season, but this same mistake created two completely different paths for the Oilers and the Blackhawks. One landed a generational talent that was a catalyst for a modern-day dynasty, while the other drowned in failure and spent a decade trying to turn around a franchise. However, without that failure, they would never get Connor McDavid. So the question then becomes, how different does the NHL look today if Patrick Stefan scores on this empty net? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. What's even crazier is that this all actually links to the most recent #1 overall pick in Connor Bedard. We recently did another
Vašečka. A čo ukazujú to spíčené vašečku? Neandertálec. Vašečka. No je to závis. Koľko ty bol dneska tréningový deň? Dneska bol 137. 137. Dneska bol 107. relaxačný tréningový deň. Bol 6.3.2024. Skončili sme 21.12, segmentoval 28 minút a 40 sekúnd.